How much are we all pretending all the time that we're okay? We encounter this over and over again, and we think that others don't recognize it. But I think that more and more people are recognizing it and realizing that they verbalized it inaccurately previously. How much are you pretending you're okay all the time? How much are you having experiences that scuttle your ship and say that you're fine? We are all in environments where we have been acculturated to behave that way. And then there is a lot of, not everyone does this for exactly these reasons, but it is so widespread. We strive to verbalize it. There's so much abuse trauma that is purposeful to ensure you do not say the worst of the challenges that you're experiencing. There are a lot of reasons for that. But now, the most important thing is to recalibrate our interoceptive and exteroceptive senses so that when we have signals from our bodies that say that we're being poisoned, when we have signals from our bodies that say that we are coming to harm, we want to have a means in supported community or private group settings to sort out what the signals are really saying and ensure that these signals are received not only by our own selves, but between us and our bodies, but also between living beings in the greater than human community, human beings and non-human beings. In order to build resonant relationships, we want communications accuracy. I want to be honest with people I am intimate with. I want to be honest with myself, for certain. I want to be honest with my environment. I want to be my own real self in my environment. If I don't, then I may have a misunderstanding or there may be harm that is pointed at me. If I do, everything changes in some delightful ways. And it's not always easy peasy. It can be confusing, it can be complex, it can be convoluted. But it can also be remarkably simple, and we don't find that out unless we do it. So we're repairing a lot of social verbal neurology about what happens when we experience poisoning, what happens when our bodies are pushed past the thresholds where we can determine what's actually happening. It's important for us to be able to notice when that threshold is crossed, and most all conflicts in our environments are either caused or severely exacerbated by allowing this to go on. How do we speak with greatest accuracy and make spaces that are interested in accuracy and are not going to lash out because of a miscomprehension. And that's a great challenge. And we've been working on that for years now. How long have we been working on that? A long time we've been working on that. That's one of the most important things. Do we have signal accuracy? Can we convey signal accuracy? Are we being as certain as possible that the signals we're receiving and saying this is what those signals mean is aligned with the living being that sent the signals in the first place? That's something that we must all address together and individually in very deep ways. Because it is in very deep ways, occluded ways, invisibilized ways, that we are being influenced to not be able to interpret our own signals so that others can make money by being able to interpret our own signals. And that's at the individual level, when we have health extremity that we're so scared we have to do something about. It's not fun to experience the killing of your body and not know what's going on. But it also happens in community relationships, in all of these interpersonal ways where we need an infinitesimal and incremental understanding of whether the signals are tangled. How are we connected enough to our source stuff and our present awareness to be able to determine if the signals are already tangled? How do you determine that? It requires an honest relationship. It requires a context where honesty is possible and where we are not already invisibly overwhelmed by harms we have been conditioned to allow and not confront and not express. And if we do express it, we'd better use words that somebody else approves of, or else. Until we address all of this sufficiently, I would like to use the word completely. That is a great process we're all participating in. Unless we sort this out, there is not a foundation on which to build successful relationships. And we should not be astonished if our relationships are compromised or do not resonate, do not feel caring, do not feel awake in the ways that we need. Where are there tangled signals that have still not been untangled and perceived with greater clarity and communicated with profound honesty and presence for what all of us together are experiencing?